Thanks, John. It's incredible that we have given out over 2.7 million pounds of food since COVID began. It takes thousands of hands to make that possible, and one such set of hands belongs to my friend Nancy. Now, Nancy has been a volunteer at the Action Center for many years, dedicating over 1,047 hours of her time to the Action Center, for which we're so appreciative. But Nancy, I have to ask, what motivates you to give this much of your time to the Action Center?
It's the participants that I meet, and Tawney, I'd really like to just tell you about one of those participants because this young man really touched my life. 26 years old, came in, said to me, I'm living on the streets and I could use some help. And I began to talk. He had only the clothes on his back, so we could help him with clothing. He was living on the street, so we needed to address his needs as far as food and how could we make it portable, usable immediately, including a can opener, which he hadn't thought of. And the more we talked, the more I realized that he was recovering, had moved from Denver to Jeffco, so we got him hooked up with Narcotics Anonymous meetings. We got him a phone number for Jeffco Mental Health and for the Stride Clinic. And then I said to him, what would make your life better? Would a shower make you feel better? And it's been a long time since I've seen a young man cry. And this young person looked at me and just with tears said, I could get a shower. I said, would you like soap and a towel too? So he was just giddy when he left because his dignity was going to be replaced with that sense of hopelessness that he came in. He had clothing, he had food, and he had a chance to feel like a human being again. And he will forever be in my heart. You know, I'm an educator. I worked with high school students. This could have been any of the students that I spent my career with.
Oh, it's such a touching story. Thank you for sharing, Nancy. I think, you know, it's not often that you can feel that direct impact in your day-to-day, and I would imagine it's easy to say that the Action Center has had an impact on you.
It has opened up my ability to see people with compassion. I've always felt that I was compassionate and that I cared for people, but everyone that I meet at the Action Center, everybody who comes there, comes because they need help. And none of the people I've ever worked with really set out in their life to be in a position where they were without a home, that they had grandchildren they couldn't feed, that they had lost their job and were now living with their children in their car. That's not the goals that they set out with. So that compassion and my ability to offer them respect and kindness and let them know that I value them as a person really has made my world a happier and more enriched place, for sure.
Oh, what an amazing impact. When you leave the Action Center after a shift, how do you feel?
Gratitude for my life, but more than that, gratitude that I could help somebody and help them immediately. Not in the future, but what can I do for today to make this person's life better so that they feel better about themselves? And it's why I go back week after week.
And we love having you back week after week. And I think that Nancy's story is just one of many that we hear from the Action Center, we hear from our participants, and it is this kind of compassion and caring that does make a difference in the lives of those we serve, and it is a main pillar of how the Action Center operates. So we're going to turn it back to John and Pam now, and they're going to share with you a little bit more about what compassion means to the Action Center. Nancy, thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate you sharing your story with us.
Thank you.